Microsoft recommends studying Azure Identity, Access, and Security for your AZ900 exam. Let's start out with identity. This involves managing users and identities with Microsoft Entra ID, and it allows you to secure access through methods like multi-factor authentication and single sign-on. We can also use what's called role-based access control for permissions and employing security principles like zero trust and the defense in-depth model. Let's start out with the differences between identity and access. Identity is going to get you into the door. You're going to type your username, your password, get your multi-factor authentication code in, and then you've been authenticated. Access has to do with authorization. Once you're authorized to get access to a particular resource, you can open up that resource and use it. That's going to be assigned through role-based access control. Two completely different things. Azure also uses optionally Microsoft Defender for Cloud for monitoring as well as threat detection. In order to keep from being redundant, I won't explain these in detail because they are explained through the study guide and additional videos and demonstrations you'll see in this list. However, I am going to show you very quickly the identity and access differences in the Azure portal. I'm in the Azure portal once again. I'm going to click on Microsoft Entra ID, and here we can create new users. When you add a new user, you give them the ability to have authentication. So I'm going to choose a new user. I'll create a new user, and I'll go ahead and give this user a name. I'll give the user a principal name of demo user, and here you can see if you've got multiple different domains, then you can choose from them. I only have just the one, so I will choose that one. Then you have the display name, which you can type in or will automatically be added for you by deriving it from the principal name. Then you have the password. You can choose the auto-generate password, or you can go ahead and type in a password that you would like to add in. The account is going to be enabled by default, as you see here, but if your new user doesn't start at your organization yet, you can uncheck that. I'm going to click on Properties. Here you can add in things like the first name, the last name, job title, and other things like that. This comes into play for dynamic access control, where you can give users access or authorization to specific files and folders in your storage based on their job title or based on their department and other types of information. I'll click Assignments for Next. I can add the user to a group, and this way I can add them to specific types of groups that have authorization to certain types of resources. So if I've assigned resources to the all company group, then this user will have access to them. But take a look, you also have the option to add a role. Now you can do this afterwards in the role-based access control, but here you can go ahead and add the roles as well. In an earlier demonstration, you saw that my user called admin has the role of global administrator. In a previous demonstration, you saw that my admin user had the global administrator role. This is the most powerful of all the role-based access control roles, and you should not give this out to just anyone. Here I can go ahead and assign a role. I'll say this is going to be a role for the billing administrator and click select. So whatever capabilities the billing administrator has, which you can see in the definition in the roles themselves, then that user will have it. I'll choose review and create. Now I just need to refresh and our new user will show up. And there's demo user. Identity, access, and security are all parts of securely accessing and using Azure resources, and an important part of the AZ900.